Hey guys, this is Coop from Garage Gym Reviews, and today I'm reviewing these. This is the Rogue LT1 50 cal trolley and lever arm kit, and this is quite possibly the most versatile piece of equipment that Rogue Fitness has come out with to date. The Rogue LT1 50 cal trolley system takes an idea that Rogue has been working on since 2012 and actually allows you to buy it and add it to your own rack. It's all based around the Monster system. They also have a Monster Lite version, but you can tell this is a product that they've designed for the Monster system, and this is what they're doing with all of their attachments, designing it for the Monster system and then filtering them down to the Monster Lite series, and hopefully, I'm holding out for you Infinity 2x3 users, 2x3 for life, that it filters down to the Infinity line. Now, the system that I'm reviewing today is both the trolley and the lever arm kit. Now, when you see these, most people just think these are just going to be adjustable lever arms. But the difference is that this trolley system is designed to have multiple purposes. So there's lots of attachments that Rogue is planning on coming out with. I think the most significant one, and the one that I'm most looking forward to, at least of the ones that they've talked about, is the monolith system. They did a teaser video. And as you can see, it's pretty awesome. So I'm looking for that, but this lever arm system basically takes an idea that's been sold for a year or so from Sorinex, the Adjustable Jammer Arms, and just does Rogue's take on it. Now, I'm not gonna get into the comparison of the Sorinex Adjustable Jammer Arms and the Rogue lever arms in this review, because this one's specifically on the lever arm kit and the trolley system. I'll do a separate review on that in the future because there's a lot of differences there. First off, I want to say the trolley system is extremely smooth. There's no doubt about it that Rogue has taken a lot of time in engineering their new products. Everything from the Rogue Rhino, which we reviewed in the past, and we're really blown away with the amount of engineering and design that went into that. This system is no different. I know in talking to some of their team about some of the issues they faced with this, the biggest issue they had, and I think this is really the killer and one that most people won't expect, is it not having any slop up on the upright. So the way the trolley is built is it has 4 rollers, okay? And they actually have bearings inside, but these rollers go up against the upright and then go up and down, and they allow the system to basically stay tight against the upright while also moving up and down. The difficulty in this sort of thing is making sure that because it's adjustable, you want it to freely go up and down, but at the same time, you want it to be tight, okay? Because if there's slop there, you're gonna notice that when you shake it side to side or back and forth. And it's not like a huge deal, but when you're spending $1,000 on a product, you really want it to be premier, and when a company's coming out with a product, they want to make sure it's their best version. So what they did was they put these set screws in the back of the trolley system that allows you to move the bolts closer, which move the rollers closer and allows it to fit flush with the upright. This, in my opinion, although small, is the most significant part of the entire system, because without that, there'd be a lot of slop there, and it'd really be kind of, you know, not very enjoyable to use because you wouldn't be able to feel like you were connected to the system. Because this is the thing, this piece of equipment is not necessary, and it's also very expensive. So if you're gonna be spending that much money, you want something that's had a lot of time put into it and a lot of features, okay? And you can tell that everywhere from the handles that are stainless steel and knurled. And I actually think they're knurled in the Ohio bar pattern. There's also the trigger that mimics a machine gun, and it's an aluminum piece that's actually machined in-house at Rogue. The posts are stainless steel. The washer that actually holds the handles onto the lever arm is one that uses a proprietary and patented washer that is permanently attached to the nut that is also knurled. I mean, everything about this system is done over the top. And when we used to talk about roguing things out, I think this is the definition of roguing things out. And it's pretty cool that a company has gotten to the point where when you say the name Rogue, it's synonymous with quality. Quality. So to run through some of the features, the first one is how does it move up and down? Is it smooth? Does it work well? Well, yes, it works extremely well. And it's very easy to go up and down. Okay, not all systems are super easy or fluid to go up and down. When you press on the trigger, you're holding onto the handles, you move it down, there's actually a spring that allows the back pin to push back into it. So if you accidentally or just on purpose let go of the trigger, it's not gonna slide down and hit you, it's just gonna slide down and fall into a slot. The next one is one I already talked about, is how much play is there? Hardly any, and really you can get rid of it completely by working with those set screws. Now I know out of the factory they're trying to get them to you so they're already pre-dialed in. I noticed one of them was dialed in, there was no play, and I didn't really need to mess with the set screws. The other one, there was a lot of play there, so I had to mess with the set screws in the back, adjust it. Not a big deal, doesn't take a lot of time, and then it's set in and works extremely well. Those are things you can adjust over time as the rollers may wear. The third thing is, how smooth is the lever arm going up and down? It's very smooth. It's not as smooth as Sorinex's. There's a bushing there, and it's actually because it's tighter. There's actually like a stop. So when I push this out and I kind of hold it back in, it doesn't go all the way back into the system. I don't know if that's something that will happen with wear over time. You don't really notice it during use, but it's just something to be aware of. Yeah, just something that's there. The next thing is the handle. How is the handle? This is one of my favorite parts of the lever arms, is the handle. This basically takes everything that I've kind of been asking for in just products for a while and puts it into one. And so what I mean by that is, one, they didn't throw a sticker on their powder coated, super expensive piece of equipment. They laser coated their logo, it looks sweet. You know, if you're spending this money on a product, it's probably because you believe in the company. And so sometimes that's nice to show off, and it also helps for resale value. Also, after that, they used UHMW plastic to protect the actual lever arm. It's nice. The way that it fits in, it's super solid. So there's no play side to side. It's locked in, and again, allows you to feel connected to the system. The posts are made of stainless steel. Finally, this is what they did with the Rogue Rhino. I loved it. I'm glad they're adding to this. Now I just want them to add it to their specialty bars and things like that. I'm so happy they decided not to powder coat these. Yeah, it costs a little bit more, but trust me, you're gonna like it better in the long run because they're not gonna be marred up, they're not gonna be rusted, they're gonna look good for a long time. Also, one of the most important parts of the handle, one of the reasons that it's able to stay tight, is the nut and screw that's on there. The nut is super easy to tighten. It actually feels like kind of fun to do, so you'll find yourself like undoing it and doing it just because it, you know, it feels so smooth. Now that's the build. Let's talk about the use. Just the overall use of lever arms. Lever arms are great, okay? Lever arms, jammer arms, whatever you want to call them. There's a lot of versatility there. But the issue oftentimes was the fact that if they're stuck in one place, you can't use them for things like deadlifts if you're also going to use them for presses, snatches, cleans, things like that. Because the issue is, you would, in the past, you have to unbolt them, rebolt them, and it's just not, you know, it's a waste of time, and it's something that nobody's going to do. So you can go from snatching and pushing to very easily and quickly remove the weight, grab the trigger, pull it down, set to the height you want, put the weight back on, and you're good to go. It's super simple, okay? The handle and the whole system, because it's tight, allows you to feel, like I said before, connected to the system. So you're not fighting any side-to-side play. You're just pushing it just like you would against any other solid object, and it feels really comfortable. Okay, so there's all sorts of things that people have come up with for using lever arms, jammer arms. You know, everything from just seated presses to deadlifts to hip extensions to, you know, I've seen people do like neck things with them. I mean, it's an unlimited use piece of equipment. It's extremely well done. And I think for a garage gym owner, garage gym user, products like this are perfect for you because you can do a whole lot of exercises with one piece of equipment. Yeah, it's pretty expensive, but the versatility is there. And I think oftentimes it's worth the cost because of how much you can do with it. Is this gonna replace a barbell? No. Is this gonna replace dumbbells or kettlebells? No. It's another tool to add to your toolbox. It's not something that everybody needs, but for the person that wants extra versatility and has the money, this is an awesome piece of equipment, no doubt about it. Now, although I love the Rogue lever arm system, as with any product, I don't want to just let any company go away without saying there could be some improvements done. Because it is expensive, I expect it to be top of the line. So the more you spend, the more harsh we are and the more we critique things. First off, the end of the post, and these are minor things, but I think they're important to point out. The end of the post uses a plastic end cap, okay? They took all this time in putting this piece of equipment together. It's extremely well done, has laser cut logos all over. It's very expensive. It's like 995 bucks plus shipping. I got it for 200 bucks, thankfully, because I saw that they were doing a discount on their Instagram. Shout out to you guys. I think it was 100 of you that got it, maybe 200. It was awesome. But they used plastic end caps on the end of the steel post. So they got a stainless steel post, and then they just throw these plastic end caps on. And I've already noticed they don't like stick super tight. I've noticed this with all the plastic end caps that Rogue uses, like on the reverse hyper, they always fall off. These fall off. It's like, why? Like, it's already so expensive. The second thing is the pricing difference between the short and the long arms. So these arms are 35 inches. They have a shorter version that can really be used inside the rack for things like benching, and will also be used for the monolift system. Those arms are the same exact price as these arms, 995 bucks. It uses less steel. Yeah, it wouldn't be like a big price difference, but I know it costs them less because it's a less piece of steel that's being used. So, you know, I think there should be some sort of price difference there. Just because it's shorter and uses less steel, you know, it makes sense to give the consumer a less price on it. Now, it doesn't have to be a lot, but, you know, it would have been nice to see a little bit of less. And other than that, that's about it. There's not really like big things that I want to see changed. It works extremely well. It's very smooth. It's well done. It's overbuilt. Now, I will say if you have a Sorinex rack, like an XL rack or base camp, these don't work extremely well with those because of the hole spacing is different, so you can't use the hitch pin for extra security. I just put it underneath. It's not a huge deal, but something to be aware of. These will work great on the monster racks. I'm waiting till the new monster racks to come out so we can test those. But in the meantime, I have them attached to an XL rack. It works in here, but it's just not really designed for this rack. It's designed for the monster rack. Something to be aware of. So, what do you think of the product? Do you think it's worth the cost? Do you think it's worth 995 bucks, which is quite a bit of money? Do you think the versatility is there? But this has been Coop from GarageGymReviews.com. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and do all that good stuff that helps me out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part. We'll see you next time. Peace.